Hey, welcome. It's Uber Grace time out here in a beautiful little glade in East Yorkshire. Is religion really relevant in today's society? Well, I'm going to start first of all by defining the word religion. And that's basically religio. Ligio, it comes from ligament. It's a similar thing, and ligaments are things that bind, aren't they? So the word religio or religion actually just means to rebind or to bind onto, hold onto, to connect to. And that's really what pure, unadulterated religion is about. It's actually about reconnecting with the divine, rebinding with the divine. And of course there's lots of different religions, so you know it's rebinding to whatever you see as the divine. Now in our Christian context, we know, I'm just going to pull a few little threads together here for you, but we know from our Christian heritage that God is love. Okay, I love that. I love the way in which you can't really describe love. You don't know where it comes from. You don't really, it's difficult to say. You can tell what love isn't, but it's hard to say actually what love is. And yet, one of the writers of the New Testament describes God as love, which we can't really describe. But anyway, another thread is that Christ is in us. God is in us. It's in him we move and breathe and have our being. Everything is in God and God is in everything. And so actually love is within us. So true, pure religion, really, I suppose, is reconnecting with that pure divine love that's inside every one of us. Now, that to me sounds like something worth being a part of. Within the church, really, we tend to slag off the word religion because we want to be free from what religion has become. But in its purest sense, really, it is simply that. It is just reconnecting with that incredible pure love that's inside every one of us. Now that, Babby, is really, really good news for people. You don't need to jump through hoops. This is kind of what Jesus came to share. You don't have to jump through all these hoops and actually be really religious, or sanctimonious maybe might be a better word. We don't need to do all that because actually he's already in us. He is love. We need to connect with love within us. Right, so let's bring that up to date. We've just had this pandemic. We're still in it, to be fair. And when it first started, nearly everybody in the Western world went round buying bog roll by the ton. For some reason, nobody knows why, but everybody was going round buying toilet roll by the ton, because for some reason they felt they might run out. They might get the trots and then that's it. They'll die if they don't have enough toilet. I don't know what it was. It was clearly a massive anxiety and fear amongst everybody. Now, another thing the Bible says is that perfect love casts out all fear. That's a brilliant statement, because we all have that perfect love within us, and yet we seem to be living in a time now where there is more anxiety, more fear. The amount of anxiety medications and anxiety disorders that we've now managed to claim for our own, the amount of stuff out there that is just fear-mongering, the news, the internet. As much as I love Facebook and love social networking, it is used by the media and governments and whatever to put so much fear into our hearts. And yet the good news is we can be religious. Yeah, no, seriously, we can reconnect with that divine, pure love that is deep down inside of us. Isn't that great? So I would say that in its truest sense, I would say that religion is more relevant today than it's ever been in the history of mankind. I mean, really, we're all, the way we're living, we're meant to live in places like this, and instead we live in concrete jungles with no real nature and life around us to just set us free and just to help us out. I can drive 5 minutes and walk 20 minutes and I'm in a beautiful spot like this, and a lot of us can do that, and we should maybe do that more. And this is where I reconnect with the love within me more than anywhere. The problem with religion is that people can use it to control people. People can think it's more about the traditions of man than it is about the divine love within us. People can make it about absolutely anything other than what it's actually about. So maybe it's time, if you've been religious and you've been a Christian for years and you've actually been in these traditions, you've been in all these other things, then maybe it's time to strip it all away and just make friends again with the God who lives within you, who is pure divine love, and allow that knowledge of God, that knowledge of the pure love that's within you, to start to drive out the anxiety and fear that's within you. So I'm advocating everyone should go to church. Well, the problem is most churches are either stuck in their traditions or they're stuck in the legalisms and laws. You know, it's hard, actually, to be a follower of Jesus Christ now and go to church, I think. But there are some churches around where you can still do that, and it's kind of contemporary and it's real. And that's what we want, is some real love to cast out this real anxiety and fear, and that's within you. Anyway, my time is up. It's been great chatting to you again. Don't forget, there's 100 odd of these little videos on YouTube and on this on the table Facebook page. And please like, subscribe, comment, whatever. That'll be awesome. And I will see you in the next one. I'm off for a walk. Lovely, isn't it?